In 539 BC, the Achaemenid king Cyrus II the Great defeated the Neo-Babylonian Empire under King Nabonidus at the Battle of Opis. Shortly afterward, Persian forces entered Babylon almost without true resistance, aided by Babylonian elites who resented Nabonidus's religious reforms and his neglect of Marduk's cult. He restored the temples of Babylon, Borsippa, and Uruk. He returned the statues of Mesopotamian gods that Nabonidus had brought to Babylon, respecting local religious traditions. He allowed deported peoples, including the Jews, to return to their homelands, recorded in the Cyrus Cylinder and the Hebrew Bible. Cyrus adopted a tolerant administration. Babylon became one of the 4 main satrapies, provinces of the empire. Local priests and officials retained influence, while Persian governors oversaw taxation and security. He avoided unnecessary destruction, aiming to integrate Mesopotamia into his vast empire peacefully. During Cyrus's rule, there is no recorded major Iraqi revolt. Cyrus respected Marduk's cult and Babylonian traditions. He reduced heavy taxation imposed by Nabonidus. He portrayed himself as a chosen ruler of Marduk, winning elite support. After Cyrus's death in 530 BC, his son Cambyses II inherited the empire. Cambyses maintained Babylonian autonomy, but tightened Persian control. He relied heavily on Babylonian engineers and craftsmen for military and administrative purposes. In 525 BC, Cambyses invaded Egypt and successfully conquered it after the Battle of Pelusium. Babylon and wider Iraq benefited economically since trade routes shifted, making Mesopotamia an important hub connecting Persia, Egypt, and Anatolia. After Cambyses' death, a usurper named Gaumata briefly seized power. Darius I defeated him and became king. But Babylon revolted twice, 522 and 521 BC. Babylonian revolts. The first revolt was led by Nidintubel, claiming to be Nebuchadnezzar III. He rallied Babylonian priests, merchants, and warriors, calling for the restoration of Babylonian independence. The city's gates closed, and its people prepared for war. But the new Persian king, Darius I, moved swiftly. In November 522 BCE, he led his army against Babylon and crushed Nebuchadnezzar's forces at the Battle of the Tigris. The rebels fought fiercely, but Persian strategy and superior numbers prevailed. Nebuchadnezzar III was captured and executed. Babylon fell back under Persian control. The second was led by Araka, claiming to be Nebuchadnezzar IV. Revolt began in before spreading north to Babylon, and tablets dated to his reign have also been recovered at Borsippa and Uruk. Other Mesopotamian cities do appear to have accepted his authority in some capacity, since he was successful in summoning the statues of the gods of the cities Uruk and Larsa to Babylon. The Babylonian revolt was defeated by Darius's bow carrier in Taphrines, and Nebuchadnezzar IV, impaled with 2,497, supported the revolt. Both revolts were brutally crushed by Darius. Babylon's walls were partially destroyed. Darius reorganized the empire into satrapies, and Babylonia, Iraq, became one of the richest provinces, paying heavy tribute. Darius allowed Jewish reconstruction of the Temple of Jerusalem, completed in 516 BC, fulfilling Cyrus's earlier decree. Darius's son, Xerxes I, faced renewed Babylonian revolts in 484 BC. Xerxes crushed the uprising severely, removing Babylon's statue of Marduk and stripping the city of its sacred political status. Babylonian elites lost much of their influence, and Persian military presence increased. Mesopotamia remained wealthy, but politically weakened. While suppressing Babylon, Xerxes also launched his massive campaign against Greece, famously defeated at Salamis, 480 BC, and Plataea, 479 BC. Artaxerxes I, 465 to 424 BC. Relatively stable rule. Iraq remained a rich satrapy. Darius II, 423 to 404 BC. Internal instability weakened Persian control, but Babylonia remained loyal. Artaxerxes II, 404 to 358 BC. Rebuilt temples and favored Babylonian priests to restore loyalty. Artaxerxes III, 358 to 338 BC. Reasserted strong central control. Reconquered Egypt. Darius III, 336 to 331 BC. Faced Alexander the Great after losing at Gaugamela, 331 BC. Persian rule ended, and Iraqis welcomed Alexander the Great into Babylon, celebrating him as a liberator from Persian rule. Iraq entered a new Hellenistic era. Iraq became a melting pot of Babylonian, Assyrian, Aramean, Arabs, Persian, Jewish, and later Greek influences. Aramaic became dominant, replacing Akkadian almost entirely by the 4th century BC. This linguistic shift shaped Iraqi identity for centuries.